No one expected this turn. Hailey Bieber is finally speaking up, and she isn't holding back. After months of gossip, viral videos, and endless fan theories accusing her of copying Selena, being obsessed with her, or even using witchcraft to win Justin, Hailey has decided to take control of her story, and she's doing it with style. Right as the internet was drowning in rumors, she landed a Vogue cover. A huge moment that looked like her power move. But just as she started getting the attention she deserved, Justin Bieber stepped in and stole the spotlight with a post that changed the tone completely. He admitted on Instagram that he once told Hailey she'd never be on the cover of Vogue. Yes. In the middle of her biggest career win, he reminded everyone that he had doubted her. The timing couldn't have been worse. Instead of celebrating her achievement, he turned it into a confession moment. Still, things seemed to keep going right for Hailey. Soon after her Vogue feature, her beauty brand closed a massive $1 billion deal with LF Cosmetics, a huge milestone that should have been pure celebration. But as always with the Biebers, the drama didn't stop there. Whispers started spreading that Selena Gomez might have played a role in blocking Hailey's brand from getting space at Sephora earlier in the year. Some insiders claimed Selena used her influence to delay the deal. Then suddenly, Selena posted online saying she supports Hailey, the same woman she had previously shaded for defending a friend. The sudden switch in tone made people question her motives. Was it genuine or just PR timing? Despite the success, one headline still won't die. Hailey is obsessed with Selena. The story keeps getting recycled every few months, even when it starts fading away. The internet loves the drama too much to let it rest. Now, let's talk about that Vogue win and Justin's post that turned the spotlight away from her. Imagine working for years to get to that moment, only for your husband to make it about himself. His caption wasn't just awkward. It was a full emotional confession that nobody asked for. He wrote, "This reminds me of when Hailey and I had a huge fight. I told Hales she'd never be on the cover of Vogue. I felt disrespected and wanted to hurt her with words. I was sadly mistaken. Baby, you already know. Forgive me." At first glance, it might sound like growth, but most people didn't see it that way. Instead, it came across as a weird therapy post disguised as love. What should have been Hailey's victory turned into Justin's guilt trip. The public reaction flipped fast. Suddenly, the internet that had been mocking Hailey started sympathizing with her. Justin, on the other hand, got dragged for being cold and self-centered. People noticed the pattern. Every time something big happens for Hailey, Justin somehow makes it about his own emotional journey. He does this a lot. A deep, heartfelt confession that sounds vulnerable but ends up circling back to him. It's like he's trying to be accountable but ends up shifting focus to his pain. Fans have seen this play out many times before. Justin has talked about his trauma, the fame pressure, betrayals, breakdowns, and he's definitely been through rough years. But when he keeps using those experiences to explain or justify his behavior, it starts to look like emotional manipulation. Even when he means well, his words land wrong. His timing is off, his tone inconsistent, and it often feels like another attempt to fix his image rather than a genuine moment. He's been to therapy, apologized publicly, and spoken about healing, but the way he expresses it online still feels messy. That's why Hailey's huge achievements, her Vogue cover and billion-dollar deal, were overshadowed by yet another wave of drama about Justin's emotional posts. Every new chapter seems haunted by his past, his controversies, breakdowns, and bad decisions that the public can't forget. The truth is, Justin seems to be trying to grow. He wants people to see that he's changed, that he's calmer now. But every time he tries to show that side online, it doesn't land right. What he thinks sounds sincere, the internet reads as manipulative or staged. And that's not just because of his words, it's because of the history attached to them. Justin's life has played out publicly for over a decade. The mistakes, the apologies, the headlines. So no matter how heartfelt his captions are, there's always a shadow of doubt. People still remember the reckless years. They still remember how he treated others. That's why when he posts something emotional, even if it's meant to show love, it often comes across as dramatic and self-serving. And in this Vogue moment, that's exactly what happened. What should have been Hailey's clean win turned into another episode of Justin's redemption story. The timing was terrible. Instead of letting her shine, he reminded the world of a time he didn't believe in her. It didn't read as growth. It read as guilt disguised as vulnerability. People online started saying Hailey deserved better, that even when Justin supports her, it comes with emotional weight she shouldn't have to carry. And honestly, they weren't wrong. Every time he posts about her success, it's followed by his regret, his pain, his apology. What she really needed was silence. Just a congratulations without all the drama. But once again, her win got tangled up in his feelings. And when backlash started pouring in, Justin did what he often does. He panicked. He edited the post, deleted the emotional parts, and replaced it with emojis. A shrug, a heart, a tear. No words, just confusion. According to reports, the post was meant to be a simple message, a mix of "I'm proud of you" and "I'm sorry." No hidden meaning, no overthinking. Maybe Hailey understood that. She probably knows what he means even when his words come out wrong. But the public doesn't have that same understanding. They see the pattern, not the intent. And just when things started settling down and people began giving Hailey some credit, Selena Gomez jumped back into the conversation. And once again, the internet went wild. Just when Hailey Bieber started getting support and attention for her Vogue feature and her billion-dollar beauty deal, Selena Gomez suddenly came back into the picture. And the timing raised eyebrows. Out of nowhere, Selena posted a soft, aesthetic Instagram story that read, "You matter. Your voice matters. Your heart matters. You are worth more than you know." She added another line, "You know who you are, and I'm cheering you on." Fans immediately thought the message was directed at Hailey, the same woman Selena had previously distanced herself from and allegedly blocked from making a Sephora deal. What made it even more interesting was that, just hours before that story, Selena had liked a post from Road X Sephora announcing that Hailey's products would be launching in stores this fall. That small action got everyone talking, especially since earlier reports from Puck News suggested Selena was the reason Sephora originally delayed partnering with Hailey. So after staying quiet for months, Selena suddenly appeared online, sending positive messages right when the public started changing their opinion about Hailey. Some called it genuine kindness. Others thought it was smart PR cleanup. The timing was almost too perfect. In Hailey's Vogue interview, the magazine had mentioned that certain online creators were being paid to post negative content about her, which matched reports from insiders who confirmed there was an organized smear campaign targeting Hailey. Now that people were starting to see the truth, Selena's sudden "I support women" moment looked suspicious to many. Was it real growth or just damage control? Then came another twist. The gossip account Dumois dropped a story claiming Selena had actually messaged Hailey privately after Justin's awkward post, and Hailey's Vogue success started trending. According to the rumor, Hailey accidentally opened Selena's DM, panicked, and immediately called Kylie Jenner for advice. No one knows what the message said, but many think it was connected to Selena's "You know who you are, and I'm cheering you on" story. That left people divided again. Either Dumois had incredible sources, or Selena was trying to act like a peacemaker in a situation she may have helped stir. Because if the rumor was true, it didn't look unbothered. It looked like she was trying to fix something behind the scenes while performing calmness in public. At the same time, Hailey chose to respond in her own way. Not with posts, but through her Vogue video. She confidently shut down the stalker and forced marriage rumors, and mocked the idea that she somehow manipulated Justin into loving her. Her tone was clear, sharp, and done with trying to prove herself. But then Selena started posting again. A string of subtle but noticeable posts. She uploaded a blurry selfie with the caption, "Me trying to see the Fs I don't give," followed by a photo of her sleeping, captioned "Mood." Translation, she's unbothered. But fans were quick to point out that if you really don't care, you don't have to keep reminding everyone. She didn't stop there. Selena reposted an old video of herself and Ariana Grande with the caption, "I'm reminded that women can always be supportive of each other. I love you, Ari." Then she added a clip of Taylor Swift giving a motivational speech, and another post praising Miley Cyrus, all back to back. It looked less like random appreciation and more like a carefully timed women supporting women campaign. Fans immediately noticed. Whether you love Selena or not, one thing's clear. She understands timing. Every post looked intentional, perfectly curated to send one message. She's not the problem. She's the one promoting kindness and unity. But as people started connecting the dots, some began to see it as strategy. An image refresh rather than real peace. Then Dumois doubled down, claiming that Selena's "You know who you are" story came after she messaged Hailey privately. If that's true, it changes everything. It would mean Selena didn't just post a vague positive message. She sent it directly to Hailey first, then made it public. Suddenly, it didn't seem like a random kind gesture. It looked like calculated PR choreography. Fans were split again. Some believed Selena was being sincere and trying to make peace. Others thought she was managing her reputation after months of backlash. And it's hard to ignore the timing. The same week people learned that influencers were being paid to spread hate against Hailey, Selena suddenly appeared as the calm, mature figure. For many, it felt too convenient. Hailey, on the other hand, stayed focused. In her Vogue video, she addressed the online hate directly. She laughed off the claims that she trapped Justin or that her life revolved around Selena. There was confidence in her tone, but also exhaustion, the sound of someone who's had enough of being misunderstood, and it worked. People started shifting sympathy back toward Hailey. But every time the spotlight moved her way, Selena seemed to post something new. Another soft selfie, another "I love my girls" moment, another quote about peace. It all looked too planned, too perfect. While Selena was busy curating her image, Hailey used her platform to tell her story honestly. In her Vogue interview, she opened up about the mental pressure of living under constant scrutiny. She talked about how being famous can turn every move into a headline, every expression into a rumor. From gossip about her marriage to criticism of her as a mother, she's learned that no matter what she does, some people will twist it. She said that becoming a mother changed everything for her. It gave her a strength that comes from not needing everyone's approval. "You really start to care less," she admitted. "I don't have the time. I don't have the energy." That single line summed up where she is now. no longer begging the internet to see her side, just living her truth. Hailey also talked about how her beauty brand Vogue changed her life. It gave her independence and helped her step out of Justin's shadow. She's no longer just Justin Bieber's wife. She's a successful entrepreneur with her own billion-dollar brand and her own influence. Even Vogue pointed out that Vogue didn't just succeed. It kept the Bieber name in the spotlight after Justin canceled his tour in 2022. But this time, he wasn't the main act. Hailey was. And that's the shift the world is seeing now. A woman who's finally done explaining herself, done fighting the noise, and ready to stand on her own. Justin Bieber is no longer the headline act of this saga. In this chapter of their lives, he's more of a supporting character, while the spotlight shifts to Hailey. And then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Hailey finally speaking on the endless noise surrounding her marriage. She admits she's fought for years to be understood, to be seen beyond the headlines, hate, and speculation. But there's a limit. Some people don't want to understand you, she says. Nothing you say will ever be enough. Her words don't come off polished or rehearsed. They're tired but honest. This isn't about defending herself anymore. It's about letting go. In her Vogue feature, the most vulnerable part of the interview is when she addresses the non-stop obsession with her marriage, the constant headlines, the fan theories, the divorce countdowns. I feel like I fought so hard to get people to understand me, to see me, she says. But sometimes people just don't want to, and there's nothing I can do about that. You can almost hear the resignation in her voice. This isn't just trolls or clickbait. This is a woman exhausted from defending her own life, exhausted from correcting lies only to be told she's still lying. It's a trap. Stay quiet and people think you're hiding something. Speak up and you're called defensive. Hailey's done playing that game. She even credits Justin for helping her survive it. He's been doing this since he was a kid, she says. He's faced more scrutiny than anyone I know. His advice to her? Baby, trust me, I've been here. There's no winning. Cold but real. And when it comes to rumors about their marriage, she's blunt. It's not real, she says. My real life is waking up to my beautiful family, my son, my friends. I have people who truly know me and I love them and they love me. She also admits it wasn't easy to get here. It took therapy, lots of it. She talks openly about how brutal the postpartum experience was, especially while being publicly dragged online. Emotionally fragile, physically drained, and still people were out there writing think pieces about how her marriage was fake. That kind of pain, I can't even begin to explain it, she says. It's a crazy life to live. And she's right. You'd think with everything she's endured, the postpartum trauma, the rebuilding, the billion-dollar brand deal, the vulnerable Vogue interview, people would finally ease up. But no. Even with a new baby and massive success, the obsession hasn't cooled. Not with Hailey, not with Justin, and definitely not with their marriage. When asked if she thinks the public will ever stop dissecting her relationship, Hailey gives a soft smile. I thought after 7 years it would have by now. But it hasn't. It's like she's accepted that some people want her to fail, want her love story to unravel, want her to be the villain in someone else's fantasy. Instead of defending herself, she shrugs. I guess they're going to stay mad, she seems to say. Even now, with a baby and everything she's been through, the media still finds a way to spin it. And then there's Justin. The machine can't stop watching him. Every blurry photo, oversized hoodie, or slightly odd Instagram post becomes a headline. Is Justin spiraling? Is he broke? Is he brainwashed? Is he trapped in a cult? They paint an image of a man falling apart when really, this is who Justin has always been. He's always hated touring. He's always smoked. He's always posted cryptic stuff. This isn't new. It's just older. And now there's a baby in the mix. But instead of seeing a guy adjusting to fatherhood, faith, and a changing industry, the press frames it like he's collapsing. And if it sounds extreme, it is, but it's intentional. The media doesn't just report on Justin, they feed on him. New narrative is rising, one that doesn't just question Justin's marriage, but tries to link him to something darker. The Diddy scandal. Justin's name keeps getting tossed into headlines alongside whispers and speculation. His team finally responds with a statement to TMZ, saying while Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who were genuinely harmed, and shifting focus from them detracts from the justice they deserve. The statement is direct, respectful, necessary, but the fact that they even had to say it says everything. Because despite no credible evidence tying Justin to Diddy's crimes, his name keeps popping up. Why? Because it sells. Behind the scenes, most reports show Justin's past trauma isn't connected to Diddy at all. Other names and powerful figures are involved, the ones covered in previous exposés, but the media has picked its villain. Now they're folding Justin into the mess, without proof, without pause, and without concern for the consequences. It's not journalism. It's black propaganda designed to distort, distract, and destroy. Repeat something loud enough, often enough, and it starts to sound like truth. Suddenly, Justin's image is shaped by recycled chaos. Messy Instagram posts, old clips of breakdowns, and repackaged interviews presented as proof he's spiraling. Even TMZ dropped an entire documentary that had the depth of a TikTok thread. No real reporting, no new facts, just speculation, edits, and emotional baiting. Their two main themes, money and Selena. over and over. If they can't use facts, they'll use nostalgia and drama. While the media paints Justin as unhinged and Hailey as desperate, Selena Gomez floats above it all, carefully framed as the innocent, mature one who moved on. But here's what no one's asking. If Selena's really over it, why is the machine still orbiting her name? Just as Rhode announces its $1 billion acquisition by ELF, Rare Beauty tweets "still here" alongside 2 pictures of Selena blowing a kiss. The shade is loud, the timing surgical. The message, unlike Hailey, I still own my brand. But insiders say that's not true. The ELF acquisition is a huge win for Rhode, not a sellout. It's normal, strategic, and a sign of success. Meanwhile, Rare Beauty has reportedly been struggling to lock in long-term buyers. After catching heat for the tweet, they deleted it. Now fans are asking, if Selena's truly unbothered, why is Rare Beauty throwing silent darts? Why does the cool girl image need maintenance? That tweet wasn't random. It was damage control wrapped in glitter. This isn't just brand rivalry. It's narrative warfare. The media loves pitting women against each other, but especially loves it when one plays the angel and the other gets cast as the witch. Hailey's been painted as the villain for years. Even when she stays silent, the headlines call her obsessed. Meanwhile, Selena's silence is treated as graceful. Her captions are read like scripture. Her curated posts, Ariana, Taylor, Miley, are seen as power moves. But that's not neutrality, that's strategy. The optics are choreographed, and the public is finally catching on. What we're seeing isn't just gossip, it's mass gaslighting. Headline after headline reinforces the same narrative. Justin's lost it. Hailey's obsessed. Selena's above it. Even when the facts don't add up. Even when Hailey is thriving, evolving, healing in plain sight. Even when Justin is stepping back, being a dad. Even when Selena is subtly throwing shade while preaching peace. The machine keeps spinning because it's not about truth. It's about control. Remember, it was right after Rhode's billion-dollar deal that Rare Beauty posted that now-deleted tweet. It was after Hailey's Vogue win that Selena posted those cheering you on stories. It was after Justin tried to be vulnerable that the internet called him manipulative. The timing is never random. People are finally asking who's pulling the strings. Because Hailey and Justin may be chaotic, but they're consistent. Selena's silence has become her greatest performance. And the media? They're not reporting anymore. They're directing. This isn't about love triangles. This is about public image warfare. And the audience doesn't even realize they've been cast. So here we are. Justin Bieber versus the media machine. This isn't about one awkward Vogue moment or a bad Instagram caption. This is about who gets framed and who gets protected. Half the viral headlines about Justin and Hailey wouldn't even make a sidebar if it were another couple. But for the Biebers, chaos is always front page. Why? Because it's profitable. Because it's familiar. Because the internet already made up its mind and now it's just looking for proof. Justin posts blurry selfies. He's spiraling. Hailey promotes her brand. She's attention-seeking. Selena breathes, she's brave. It's not fair, but it's calculated. While Hailey opens up about postpartum trauma and Justin tries to share his truth, the media keeps zooming in on the wrong things. They want the drama, not the reality. They want to keep Justin trapped in 2014, Hailey cast as the villain, and Selena untouched. But here's what people forget. Justin has always been complicated. He's never been fake. He's not melting down. He's evolving. Navigating fatherhood, public scrutiny, and a spiritual rebirth in real time. It's messy, human, honest. While the headlines say he's lost it, he's actually finding his balance. While they say Hailey's obsessed, she's finally found her center. And while they say Selena's above it, she's still quietly playing the game. This isn't about a love triangle that never ends. This is about power. Narrative power, perception power, brand power, and the people pulling the strings. They're counting on you not noticing, but if you've read this far, you've already seen through the noise.